Today I want to review my winter sleeping bag for you guys. It's the Western Mountaineering Lynx MF and I had it since 2019. Hi everyone, this is Andrea with Adventures and Dreams, and I'm bringing you another gear review today. Like I said, for my winter sleeping bag, it's so important to have a really good sleeping bag when you're out in the cold, and that's why I want to show this one to you guys. It is not the cheapest one, but I think if you've already started looking into winter camping, you notice that the gear gets more expensive pretty quickly. That includes a really good sleeping pad and also a very good tent that will withstand all the winds and the snowstorms. But the sleeping bag is equally as important. Let's get into this. I want to get it out of this storage bag that it comes with and show you everything about it. I use this cotton bag all the time at home to store my sleeping bag. It keeps it nice and clean, and it's just big enough to keep it nice and puffy. The sleeping bag is rated to -10 degrees Fahrenheit, but I've used it on fall trips even, and I was not too warm with it. It's just a comfortable bag all around. Like most sleeping bags, this one comes with a zipper on the inside for when you're in the bag, and on the outside so you can open and close the bag easily. There's an insulated buffer on the top part of the zipper to keep drafts out, and the sleeping bag itself is insulated somewhat on the bottom and very heavily on the top part of the sleeping bag. A separate zipper opens up from the bottom so you can air out your feet if you want to. Each sleeping bag is produced by one person who puts their name into the sleeping bag, just like in my Hilleberg tent. There is a right edge on the top and the bottom of the zipper to keep it from snagging when you open and close the bag. There's a warm buffer around the shoulders to keep cold air out, and the hood is also extremely warm. To close this inner buffer, you first connect the Velcro strips to one another. It also comes with its own drawstring that you can close really tight around your neck. Like most mummy bags, this one also has a drawstring that closes the hood really tight around your face. There's also a little Velcro tab that keeps the zipper closed. The sleeping bag also handles condensation really well, which is almost unavoidable when you camp in the winter. To get into my sleeping bag, I open up the zipper almost all the way and then put my feet in as far down as I can to make sure that the hood fits at the end. Then I pull the zipper back up, starting on the outside and then later on pulling the inside zipper when I'm already tucked into the bag. Next, I close the Velcro tab on the outside. Then I close the little Velcro tab that's attached to the inner buffer while I still have some space in the bag and I can move around easily. After that, I close the drawstring on the hood because this one is a little bit harder to get to once you have the inner buffer all tight and snug around your shoulders. The last thing I do is tighten the drawstring on the inner buffer, which keeps you nice and warm and it keeps all the drafts out. The sleeping bag is pretty wide on the shoulders and on the hip area, almost too wide for me, but you can store some clothes in there and keep them warm. I'm a side sleeper, but it's so important to keep the sleeping bag pointing upward because that's where all the insulation is. But don't worry, you still get plenty of fresh air even when you're turned sideways and your nose is tucked into the sleeping bag like this. To get back out of the sleeping bag, you just reverse all the steps. You open up the inner drawstring first and then the outer one. Open up the Velcro strips and the zipper in the end. The sleeping bag also comes with a compression bag, but I actually don't like it too much because it's hard to put it into that bag and it doesn't compress any further. So I end up using one from Outdoor Research, which I love a lot more. It's 20 liters and it compresses down to a much smaller size. As always, I start with the foot end first, which makes it a little bit easier to fit. And I just kind of turn the sleeping bag, turn the compression bag, so I can stuff it evenly. Because at the beginning you really kind of need to get everything tight, so everything fits in the end. So don't be afraid to push your bag down, it's not going to hurt it. Just make sure you have the zipper closed first, and it's really quite doable. So this is about as tall as the one that it comes with, but because of the compression part, it's going to fit a lot better into my backpack, and it's going to just reduce it down to about maybe this size here. So I'll just put the little hood on. And clip those two in here. And then one by one I turn the bag and I just tighten the straps a little bit until it's down to a size that's a little bit more manageable. I just want to make sure I do this evenly so it doesn't have a weird bulge on one side. So I don't want to overdo it either, but I can get it smaller than the one it comes with. There's a little bulge here, I can press it down a little bit. And that's probably as far as I'm going to go with it, but it's a lot smaller than the other one. And then to take it out, I just loosen the straps a little bit. Those two I just loosen, and these I can just clip open and loosen a little bit for the next time. Pull this open easily, and then this also has a thing that holds in the back, so I can pull the bag out easily. And then I fluff it up, and that's it. You really don't need to be afraid that the sleeping bag loses its puffiness if you keep it in the compression bag for many hours while you travel or while you backpack or something. I never had a problem with it. when I get home. Of course, I air it out immediately. I take it out of the compression bag and I dry any condensation that may have formed overnight. And then I put it back into the cotton bag, which is really the best place for it to store it properly. Well, my friends, this is it for my gear review for this Western Mountaineering Lynx MF winter sleeping bag. I hope you enjoyed this review. For me, I really just highly recommend it to you guys, and I'm so happy that I made this purchase back in 2019. The size, weight and warmth ratio, they all work out perfectly for what I need it for. If you have any questions about it, let me know down below in the comments. Also, if you have the same sleeping bag and you have your own experience with it, I would love to hear about it for sure. I'm going to link the other sleeping bag review down below in the description from my North Face blue kazoo sleeping bag, which I use from spring to fall. And this one is really just for the winter. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any gear reviews that I post pretty regularly. And like this video, which helps me out a lot in my channel. And that's really it. I hope to see you on my next adventure or in my next gear review. And take care, guys, and have lots of fun out there and have your own amazing adventures out in nature.